Wait, are you telling me this is the first movie about Martin Luther King Jr.? This episode of Wright at the Movies is brought to you by Legendary Tattoo and Piercing. Located at 228 Ford Street, Ogdensburg, New York, is the best around. Call 315-276-5201 to set up an appointment today. That's Legendary Tattoo Shop. Hey, and welcome to Wright at the Movies. I'm Mr. Wright, and today I'm talking about Selma. David Oyelowo plays Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the leader of the civil rights movement in the 1960s in America, and he is very, very important to history, and it's almost insane that there hasn't been a movie about him yet. I loved it. It had some of the most stunning cinematography and music and casting ever. David Oyelowo as Martin Luther King Jr. gives chills. Every scene that he's on camera, he just steals the show, and he's incredible. Biopics aren't always very truthful. Sometimes they kind of gently erase some of the not so good parts about the person to make them seem better. Whether they mean to or not, what they do is they trim down some of the not so exciting parts so that they can have a good movie. With any other movie, fact or fiction, they have to kind of edit and trim to get the best arc out of a person. Real people don't work like that. So what ends up happening most of the time is that people end up getting seen as either really, really bad guys or really, really good guys, and neither of those are how people are. People are always a big mix. That's why this movie was really important to me, because it doesn't quite paint Martin Luther King Jr. as this God-sent savior. He's a man. He's a smart man. He's an inspirational man. But he's a guy. He's a man that just looks out in his community and doesn't want to see people get hurt anymore. He wants to see people get the rights that they should already have. Everyone tells him it's not time yet. Everyone tells him he's overreacting. Everyone tells him to just wait a little longer because there's bigger problems at hand. He just does not believe that. He thinks that right now, what his people really, really need is equality and rights, and he will not quit. He tries to negotiate. He tries to meet people halfway, and halfway isn't even what they're offering.
We need your help.
Dr. King, this thing's just gonna have to wait.
It cannot wait.
You got one big issue, I got 101.
He had to do this. No one else was going to. He had to. So even though he was a smart man, he's still just a guy, and he sacrificed himself to do what's right. It's really, really important to see where it all started, and to see how, sadly, how little things have changed. All the speeches that are in this movie just really remind you of how inspirational this guy really was, even with all of his doubt and questions about what he's doing and if it's the right thing.
It is unacceptable that they use their power to keep us voiceless. Those that have gone before us say no more.
If I had to say anything bad about it, it might be that almost all of the other characters kind of fall flat in comparison to him. At the end of the day, this is a movie about Martin Luther King Jr., so everyone else just kind of, they're good, they're great, but they just kind of fall into the background. Martin Luther King Jr., front camera, everyone else. And the movie doesn't ever really change that up too much.
What happens when a man stands up, says enough is enough?
With actors in this like Oprah, she never really stands out. She's just another one there. This is a movie about Martin Luther King Jr., but there's so many other important, beautiful, inspirational people in the movement too, and it doesn't really focus on them very much. Whenever Martin Luther King is on camera, that scene is his, and he steals every scene he's in. And whenever he's not on camera, it just kind of becomes this big game of guessing when he comes back. The second he's gone, you're just waiting for the next great speech, and he gives tons of them. Sadly, with another company owning the rights to the I Have a Dream speech, that's not even really in the movie. They start warming up to it. There's a lot of allusions to it, but they can't say those words. And for the most part, it doesn't even matter because they do really well without them. with beautiful cinematography and an amazing lead actor and a cast of hundreds, thousands. This movie should have been made years ago. But the fact is, it's made now, and it's great. Selma is a very, very important movie and should be celebrated for years to come because it's a very realistic look at Martin Luther King Jr. 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Mr. Wright. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.